What is up, breakfast goers? This is Pancake and Sausage, and today I'm gonna bring you the very first part of my new series called Comic Book 101. This is a brand new series where I will explain the comic book history and also comic book terms to you guys. I created this series because some of my friends get confused about comic history or what continuity means. This series will explain everything and more. Just sit back and relax and you enjoy the ride. So this first part will explain the beginning of comics all the way up to the creation of Superman. To get to the comic book, we have to go to the comic strip. The very first comic strip was called The Yellow Kid, created by Richard Felton Ackel. This was a one-panel cartoon called Down Hoggins Alley. It was meant to draw in readers to the Sunday paper. This was the beginning of the comic strip. After The Yellow Kid, a man by the name of James Swinnerton created a comic strip called The Little Bears. This would be turned into the popular Mr. Jack, which was a tiger bachelor. After the publication of these two panels, more were on the way. Some of them included the Kazmer Jammer Kids, Little Nemo in Slumberland, and Wash Tubbs. Now, Wash Tubbs is important because he was an adventurer. He would be in search for buried treasure. This comic strip would be the start of the adventure strip. Now, a man named Edgar Rice Burroughs created a magazine called Amazing Stories in 1927. He created the iconic character known as Tarzan. In 1931, the most popular comic strip character ever made appeared. His name was Dick Tracy. He was a grizzled police officer who would fight Nazi spies, mob bosses, and sadists. These criminals would inspire the comic book supervillains that we know today. The next famous strip would be known as Flash Gordon. But in 1934, the very first comic book was born, Funnies on Parade. These were unsold strips that were put together in a magazine format, and as many people have said, the company who sold the comic slapped a 10-cent label on it and sold them at newsstands. They were not prepared for the reaction that would happen. This comic sold in a flash, and thus, the comic book industry was born. After the first comic was made, two heroes emerged, Doc Samson and the Shadow. Now, they weren't superheroes or advertised as such. They were like Dick Tracy, just average Joes fighting crime. Another famous strip appeared called Popeye. He was featured in Thimble Theater. He would fight against his nemesis, Bluto. Now, the next famous comic strip hero appeared called the Phantom. He debuted on February 13th, 1936. He was created by Lee Falk and was an average man who fought crime and was the very first costumed hero. In the same year, another hero would emerge called the Clock. He was important because he is the first character to use a mask and hide a secret identity. But one of the most famous superheroes appeared in the media. His name would be known as Superman. Now, thank you for listening, guys. If you stayed all the way to the end, thank you so much. Share this to other people who may or may not know that much comic book information. Like, comment, and subscribe. And what will happen is I will be putting these out whenever I don't have a review because I like doing this kind of stuff. They're really fun and interesting. So if you liked it, comment down below, give it a like, and subscribe. And also my new review is coming out soon, so don't you worry. It's pretty long, so because the game's pretty long, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys later. Peace.